this film we're going to be looking at connecting a new Lenz LZV200 to a PC using the integrated USB interface. I'm using this film just as a stepping stone towards PC control. I'll be looking briefly at the Lenz CV editor and how it connects. However, there are many other computer programs out there that can lead you to full automation of your layout or partial automation of your layout. Popularly there's things like Railroad & Co. Train Controller, there's WinDigipet, very popular on the German market. There's JMRI, which is a JavaScript based program, so there's lots of different options out there. I would thoroughly recommend that you have a look around, download the demo versions and see which one suits your needs most. There's a huge range of quality and budgets out there. So in the first step you want to get your PC set up and running. What I tend to do is let it run for a few minutes. Don't try and connect anything to it just after startup, because you find that loads of things are churning away, particularly on my older PC. This is a newer PC running Windows 10. And it settles down very quickly, but my old one can be like 5 to 10 minutes before it gets through the churn. And also I would recommend setting up the system first and getting it powered up before you can. So we set up the system, got the power on, got a USB cable. So it's a standard USB, actually they use very much on printers these days. You've got the standard USB plug and you've got the MIDI plug there. What to do? Get up to the PC, hopefully show what's going on. So when you plug it in, what it will do is it will go off and start looking for drivers for it. It seems that different computers respond slightly differently. This one has actually gone off and found the driver very quickly. My old Windows 7 machine, the little icon would pop up with the USB connector and it would be searching for devices for about 5 minutes. Eventually it would find the serial port adapter and things that it needed. But on this brand new Windows 10 machine it's gone straight in. So on the Lenz CV editor there is a bar across the top, setup, tick box there, Lenz LZV200, and there's a list of COM ports. Now to find out which COM port it's coming on, if you try device manager, in fact I've got so far because I've looked up before, device manager, if you go into that and come down the list, it says ports, COM and LPT. USB serial port COM3. So this one that I've just connected into the USB has been allocated number COM3. So from the drawdown list, go to COM3. At the top here, because you can select a number of different things, you could select a USB, the older USBs. If you do select them, then on this one you can select the one you want to connect to. So LZV200, connect. And there we are, the system status comes up telling me that it's all connected, which is cool. And the first thing you can do is check the connection. On the front of the unit there is the green light to say that the COM port's connected, and the yellow flashing light is data transfer. We can pull an emergency stop on the unit You see the bottom light starts flashing, and if we start it up again, it will go steady again. So that is now connected to the CV editor. That was relatively painless, so they've sorted out some of the driver issues that plagued the 23151 USB connector. So now there is a Windows signed driver for the unit. So we have a quick look at the CV editor. We've got locomotive control, which will control the loco on the main track. In here you type in the address of the loco that you're going to drive, and you can turn functions on. Down on the track, if I reposition the camera slightly, we've got the little ESU Deutz tractor, which is a spectacular little model. And you can operate the 28 functions on here. You can drive with the slider. You can change directions here. Got the option of the different speed step settings there. You can stop it there, do the emergency stop down at the bottom. So that's a simple control pad from the computer. The other options here are for setting up decoders, and in here you can write down standard settings and save them. So if you've got lots of similar locos you want to set up in the same way, you can run a file to them. So there's a few options on the CV editor, but that's just been a sort of starting point. From here you can then expand to the various automation programs that are out there. When you finish the session on CV editor, there is a button up here that says disconnect, and you'll see that the system goes to emergency stop. You can pull the plug, and then obviously you can resume manual control here if you wish. You can download the CV editor from the Lenz website, so lenz-electronic.de, electronic spelled with K's instead of C's, and go across the bar to Health and Info, Help and Information, Downloads and Manuals. We scroll down the list, it says Digital Plus, Loco Decoder, Lock Decoder. And here is the bar for the CV editor. You've got the current version of the software, and you've got a data packet which contains current firmware for decoders. They tend to be zipped up, so you'll need to unzip them.